Hi everyone, welcome back on my channel. Today I would like to talk a little bit about Clinita Pigments, mixes, undertones, show you some fresh and healed effects because you always ask about it and you know that I really love Clinita. So now I'm going to show you, we are going to mix some favorite mixes and then I will show you some of the must-have colors you can choose if you want to start with Clinita. Let's go! Here you can see Mocha and Ganache. These colors are basically must-haves of must-haves, if I can say it like that, because, for example, Mocha is neutral, a little bit warmer, but it has a little bit less carbon black inside, and Ganache is a little bit darker with more carbon black inside and more neutral undertone. And when you mix these colors together, it looks really beautiful, and I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to do like 4 drops of Mocha and now 4 drops of Ganache. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will mix it. I do it this old school way. And right now it's on my cotton pad. You can see that Clinita is a little bit thicker. And we will create this beautiful swatch where you see the actual color, you see the undertone of the color and basically some kind of healed effect, but this is too light because today is not a good day for swatches for me. So here we have Mocha plus Ganache. And now we can also do Mocha, Ganache and Curcuma. If you love this color but you feel like it's still quite cool for your client, or maybe you feel like your client has a very thin skin and you want to be extra careful, you can use a little bit of Curcuma. Curcuma is some kind of modifier and it will make the color a little bit lighter and a little bit warmer. So I have 4 drops of Mocha here and now we will do 1, 2, 3, 4 of Ganache. Not really drops like drops, but approximately. And now we can do 1 drop of Curcuma. We will mix it and you can see that it will be a little bit lighter and a little bit warmer, but very similar color. And here we have Mocha, Ganache and Curcuma. We can see that Curcuma made it a little bit lighter. Okay, not the nicest swatch, but we can see it's a little bit different. The most popular colors from Clinita, and right now I would like to talk a little bit about the temperature of the colors. So here you can see Truffle, it has quite a cool undertone. Here you can see Mocha. Mocha is a little bit more warm, you can see when you compare it to each other. And this one, Ganache, is more like a neutral one. And when you put it next to each other, you can see it in a beautiful way. This is what I was struggling at the beginning with quite a lot because I didn't see the temperature, I didn't see the saturation, and I didn't really understand this. But when you put it next to each other, you can see it in a more clear and beautiful way. And this way, I think it's easier even for your client to do this and then to compare cooler color with the warmer color. When you put, for example, cool color next to the warm color with your client's face and with your client's undertone, I think it will be much easier for you to choose the color which looks basically better with her, because I know that a lot of people is struggling with choosing the color for the client, but it's really not so hard. So first what you need to do, you have to understand what kind of Fitzpatrick is your client, or maybe more like how they can tan, because based on if they have more eumelanin or pheomelanin, you know how dark they can go, so that means you can also know how dark your color will be. When your client is on the darker side, so that means they have more eumelanin, so brown and black melanin, that means you can go for the darker colors. For example, you can go for the chocolate or for the Ganache. Difference between these two is that chocolate is a little bit more warmer than Ganache. Ganache is a little bit more neutral and you can see it beautifully when you have them next to each other. When we are talking about light skin tone clients, I really like Brownie or Wakame, because these colors are not really warm but also not really cool. They heal in a beautiful way, but they don't have a lot of carbon black inside in the formula. So that means that it's not going to heal gray, because if you use, for example for me, if you would use chocolate or ganache on its own, for me it has too much carbon black in the formula. But if you use brownie or wakame, for me it's much easier and much safer choice, because I am light skin toned, I cannot tan, and if I would have more colors like these ones, it would be basically gray straight away, especially for me when I also have quite a thin skin. And we can also talk about mocha and ganache and mocha, ganache and curcuma. Here you can see that mocha and ganache has a beautiful color, but if you add a little bit of curcuma, I don't know if it's visible on the camera, but I can see that it is more muted, a little bit lighter and tiny bit warmer, because curcuma is over here. And curcuma looks beautiful as a modifier. Here you can see two favorite modifiers. First one is copper and the second one is curcuma. You can see the difference between them. Copper is more on the warmer side, it has more warmth, more red inside the formula, and curcuma has much less warmth, much less red in the formula. My last tip when choosing a color for your client is to maybe do some swatches on the forehead, because that way you can beautifully see how each color looks on the specific undertone of your client. So don't be really scared. Just make sure to use maybe lighter color for the first procedure, and then you can basically always adjust and you can always make it darker. But if you do it darker on the first procedure, then it's really hard to make it lighter on the second procedure, and most of the time you would need to use laser in the future. Let's summarize what I was talking about in this video. We have lighter colors, medium and darker colors. Lighter colors are with much less carbon black in the formula, medium colors are with the more black in the formula, and dark colors are where you can really find a lot of black. This is what makes the colors basically dark and cool. So, regarding lighter colors, I would say that wakame is on the lighter side, because you can see there is not so much black in the formula comparing to brownie, which is also like medium color, medium brown, but there is not as much black as in the dark colors, which is, for example, chocolate and ganache. Another thing what is really important for you to understand regarding colors is their undertone and temperature. So here we can see different temperature of each color. This one is warmer, this one is cooler, and this one is a little bit more neutral. It is really, really important for you to know what kind of undertone and what kind of temperature has your specific shade, because based on this you can choose a beautiful color for your client. And the last thing I was talking about are modifiers. Sometimes you need to use them and sometimes you don't really need to use them. It is really about the undertone of your client and what kind of color and effect you would like to choose for her. So here we can see copper and curcuma. There is a difference between them because copper is a little bit warmer and has much more red in the formula comparing to curcuma. But curcuma, with a lot of cases, it's still enough. I hope that you like these videos and let me know in the comments what kind of shades you like from the Clinita the most, and if you would like to try Clinita in the future. Have a beautiful day and I will see you in the next video. Bye!